Good evening, everybody. Two portions of the meeting tonight. First portion of the meeting, applicant will be asked to come up to the microphone here, state your name and address. For the record, you'll hand in your affidavit, and at that time you'll have an opportunity to present your application as you have it submitted. There'll be opportunity for members of the board to ask any questions. You can provide a rebuttal. And then second portion of the meeting, members of the board will review the information that was provided to us and render a decision with no communication back to the applicant at that time. Having said that, I'd like to call application 260101, Joseph Russo of Wolcott, Connecticut, seeks a variance to Article 1, Residential Zone, Section 1.03, Dimensional Standards, Paragraph C, Maximum Building Limitations, Maximum Lot Coverage to allow the lot coverage to exceed 30% allowable lot for property known as 66 Wayne Drive, from 3920 square feet to 4060 square feet. Yeah, good present.
Good evening, everybody. So just like the application stated, we're asking that we add 375 square
Sorry,
feet.
sir, you have to state your name and address, please.
I'm sorry. Joseph Russo, 10 Hartley Drive, Wolcott, Connecticut, 06716.
Thank you.
And this is Mr. Bruce's, owner of 66 Wayne Drive here in Plainville, and we are asking that we can add a 375 square feet addition to add 2 bedrooms so that his growing family can stay in the town of Plainville that they love so much and don't want to leave. But the family is growing and the house is not up to code for what they can what they need. We are asking for 375 square feet. It is a little bit over the allotted portion. If you notice on the paperwork though, however, there is 400 square feet currently of shed and or blow up pool, which I'm sure would be agreeable to remove if absolutely necessary. We still do have a 50-foot setback after the addition is put on to the property boundary. So we're hoping that that would be approved this evening.
You have your affidavit with you?
I submitted everything the other night. I'm sorry I don't have that tonight. When I submitted the application, if I'm missing something, I apologize.
I've got a blank one here, so he can sign it, and one of you, I think, is a notary, so I'll have him sign it.
Okay. All right.
You're stating that you put the sign up, and it's been up for the appropriate days. Okay, and I'll get it notarized for you.
Thank you very much.
Would the board like to hear from Mr. Bruzis as well?
No, a couple quick questions for you. You can help us out.
Sure.
But, one of my first questions was the sheds. The two sizes of the sheds are?
150 square feet and 175 square feet, I believe. They're like 10 by 15 or 10 by 12 or something. They're two not permanent structures. And the pool is a small blow-up pool, which was all counted in that square footage.
Okay. All right, questions, members of the board? Michelle?
I wish it was on the thing to show where the detachable sheds or the pool was. So I guess I'm going to ask that.
Sure.
I see the garage. Where in reference are the sheds according to?
Right behind that garage is the first shed to the back right corner.
Okay.
Center of the property and back is the smaller shed and the pool. And again, when I say pool, it's very small, but it was on the map that was blown up.
That would be, excuse me, behind where the proposed addition would be. Is that correct?
50 feet behind, yes, 45-ish.
Okay, thank you.
So if you do away with the sheds, you would be more compliant with the requirements?
I'm happy to if needed.
Yeah, so if needed,
I would be more inclined towards that,
okay.
so that you do not give me a big variation.
I would agree with Mr. Rosenbaum, if one of the sheds was eliminated.
I'm sorry?
If one of the sheds was eliminated or removed from the property,
We're,
I'd be more inclined to be in favor.
we will be happy to do whatever the board requests.
I did check his property out a week ago. There is a lot of room on that property for this, with or without the shed, in my opinion.
May I comment?
You come state your name and address and certainly welcome to.
Good evening, members of the board. Jared Bruza, 72 Wayne Drive, 6672 Wayne Drive, Plainville, Connecticut. So our property is a little unique in that it's a double lot. So the lots behind us, there's two of them directly behind us. One of the lots almost has no lawn at all. So they have a large garage. They've had an addition as well as a large deck, and in addition to that, a separate shed. So the amount of lawn that they have compared to ours is quite nominal at best. I would say maybe just a couple hundred square feet. So although we would love to keep the shed if possible, if this body is asking us to remove one, we'd be happy to do that. But the shed does provide some support. We've got 4 little kids with lots of bikes, and so coupled with all of our lawn equipment and things like that, this time of year the shed's chock full of kids' toys and things like that. So if we could keep it, we would appreciate it.
Mr. Chairman?
It is certainly a viable option to get rid of those, but we certainly don't want to make more of a hardship for you in other respects, right?
We appreciate it. Thank you.
Mr. Chairman?
Certainly.
Mr. Bruzes, can you move that shed? Can it be pushed back a little further without taking it down and destroying it? Because I looked at your property and I felt that sheds, either one of those sheds had to be moved. I thought you could move them.
So yes, Mr. Underwood, there's quite a bit of room back there. So the sheds aren't permanent structures, and they could be, moved if and as needed.
Thank you.
Any other questions?
No.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Mr. Bruzes, one more question. The pool could be moved also, correct?
So actually, it's not a pool. So when you look at the blow up, it's our trampoline that looks like a pool from the aerial view. So it's not a pool, it's a trampoline.
Oh.
I gotta be honest with you, I thought it was a pool also.
Yeah,
The
it's
square footage would decrease.
That square footage should come out of your calculations.
right. It's a trampoline.
I do apologize for that, for not knowing that myself. And those calculations, came from the office downstairs. We looked at the map together from up above, and it definitely thought it was a pool, both of us downstairs in the office.
Yeah, and I believe it's like a 16-foot round trampoline that you can see. I've got pictures of it if you want to see it now, but it's a trampoline.
Okay, any other questions?
Sir.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Just following suit with our requirements, is there any in the audience who would like to speak for or against? Having seen nobody in the audience, we'll move on to the second application. Um, 260101, the applicant is not here with us this evening. We'll push this to the second portion of the meeting, but as discussed earlier, at this point, we'll make a recommendation to continue this to the next meeting, to the February meeting. And having said that, unless there's any other questions, I recommend we move into the second portion of the meeting.
Second.
And do I have a motion for application 260101?
So moved.
Thank you. I have a second.
Second.
Mr. Underwood, vice second. Thank you. Ms. Shaw?
I think, seeing as though that's, I think seeing as though the trampoline doesn't really count as that could easily be moved anywhere. I think in agreeance to what he said, one of the sheds could be slightly moved, the one in the back over to maybe the left, or I don't see a problem with it.
I don't really understand the relevance of moving the shed around. We're here just to talk
Yeah.
about the quantity, the square footage.
I agree on it.
Okay?
Yeah, basically, as I said, my recommendation would be to at least do away with one shed.
So we did some quick calculations for 16 foot. This is how many square feet?
Roughly 2 something.
200 square feet. So his real variance is 175 square feet
Roughly.
approximately?
Okay, then I think, then
nothing
there's
to
no
talk
problem,
about.
yeah. Then,
Yeah.
I didn't realize that the swimming pool didn't exist, so then it's okay, I mean, I'm in favor of giving them the approval, the full approval.
Any other comments?
Yeah, I have a comment. I said let them have it the way it is, only because if there was any dispute about it, people would be here tonight complaining. There's nobody here for the public hearing, which tells me that the neighbors know he wants to do this. I'm sure he's friendly with a lot of those neighbors, I'm sure. So I don't think the neighbors had a problem with it. I certainly don't.
Okay. I agree with the comments made and with the reduction there. Mr. Bossi, I think we don't know the exact calculations for it. If we say not to exceed value for this variance, is that acceptable, or do you need an exact value?
Not to exceed, it's okay with me.
Is that okay with everybody else? 'Cause
Yes.
We don't know it, and I don't want John to go out there and measure, and it's a little bit off.
Noted.
Yep.
Yeah, noted also.
Okay. So if we said 200 square feet, I know that's more than enough, John, based on what we just did for calculations. Okay? Agreed?
Yeah,
Okay.
a variance of 200 square feet.
So, Ms. Shaw, if you can just correct that motion, not to exceed 200 square feet.
So I make a motion to not exceed 200 feet.
I second it.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes 5-0. So I have a motion to bring to the table 25-1201, please.
So noted?
Have a second?
Second.
Mr. Tuma provides a second. Mr. Underwood?
Yes.
Just need you to make that motion continuation.
Yeah, so moved to continue it for the next meeting.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you very much. Can I have a motion to accept the regular meeting minutes of December 8th, 2025?
I'll make the motion.
Second.
Second.
Mr. Underwood provides a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you very much. Bill's communication, anything else new come up, John?
It's tough, only because now I'm everything now, so I'm trying to distinguish between you and everybody else. No, there isn't any new applications. There's a lot of activity going on the planning and zoning side, but that doesn't really directly impact you. Right now, the only application that you'd have to consider in February is the continuation of the one that you moved to next month.
Could you contact them at least to see if?
Yeah, I've been in
there's any-
contact with
Oh.
them on and off since last time. They had fallen behind in getting the information that you're looking for. Also, they were kind of, at least the sign company was kind of unsure exactly what they really wanted, and they were still trying to figure it all out, I guess. But in any event, they're looking for, you granted them a variance for a fourth detached sign, which they can place anywhere, but they're asking for, anywhere within where it meets the zoning requirements, but they're asking to push it onto Cook Street and to push it closer to the road. That's what we're still debating,
Correct.
deliberating on. They were supposed to provide a sightline study of some kind to demonstrate that if a car is waiting to make a maneuver from the driveway onto Cook Street, there would be enough sightline to see vehicles approaching. We all acknowledge the left-hand turns in and out of that driveway off of Cook Street will be challenging at times. That unfortunately, that driveway was approved many years ago when there was a bank there. And then that bank continued to be an office building of sorts, and then more recently, it's been two fast food places, and now they're looking to put a third fast food types place there and also a office building, so there may be some, people have to make a decision whether they want to have a challenge going out onto Cook Street, or whether or not they would rather wait at the traffic signal for their turn and maneuver onto the state highway and then go the right. So it's not an ideal situation, but it's the best that we can deal with given the cards that were dealt.
Okay, thank you. Motion to adjourn?
So moved.
All in favor? Thank you.
Aye.